Why do you, each of you, because you could easily be working elsewhere. You knew I was going to ask that, right?
Yes, get asked that all the time.
So let's start with you, Rita, because we've had you here in the past at KOLG, and I remember just your talk about the mercy charism is such a big part of your life, in addition to Academy. But share a little bit of that, why you do this at Academy and prior to Academy at Mercy Schools.
Yeah. Well, so I told you before, Tony, that I've come full circle, right? From an infant at Infant of Prague, through my elementary, middle school at St. Anthony, and then at the Academy, and then working as an administrator for 18 years at Bishop Baumgartner, all Mercy schools, right? And the charism is so strong at those schools, and you can't help but, just want to serve and in the spirit of mercy. Not to mention, my mom's sister is Sister Evelyn Muña, who's a sister of mercy. So,
that's right.
Yeah.
One of the sweetest mercy sisters.
Tough though, very tough. Tough on. But yeah, so just being a part of that, and then to go through that and coming back to the Academy, it's almost like a dream, because you're there. I was there as a student, lived through it, and yes, back then we had more sisters on campus. We're still blessed. We have Sister Angela, who works with our mission advancement office, and mission integration, and so we're very blessed to still have her with us. And Sister Orlean just recently retired, but she still makes herself available. And then Sister Emmeline, who's always on campus. She's always sharing.
My principal at Santa Barbara Junior High.
Yeah. And so, and then to have my own daughters go through the school and have that same experience, and it truly is a sisterhood like no other. And not to mention, I mean, that's the fluffy foo-foo stuff, right? But there's always first the faith.
Yeah.
And to see how my own girls have grown in the faith as being a result of their Catholic education. But just the fact that they're part of that tradition, but not to forget the strength in the academics that the school provides. And, speaking as a parent, that my two daughters definitely prepared for college and for life. Yeah.
It makes you a little bit emotional talking about
yes.
faith and family, right?
Yes.
Because, those are the things that matter with God in the middle. They just are such a big part of us. Joni, share your story. Why?
It is really a call.
Yes.
You'd be surprised. I came from corporate America, 18 years. I would be traveling every 6 weeks. I mean, earning a lot. And it was just a dog-eat-dog world, I can honestly say. And I mean, they tell me, get on the plane, you're going to a meeting in 3 days. I'd be out and I'd come back. And I had 2 little children. I have a very supportive husband. And one day I was at chapel, Mass, and before Mass, and I was praying hard. I said, Lord, I don't know, is this my call? Because I wanted to spend more time with my kids. Yeah. They were growing so fast. And I said, if you really want me to go back to teaching at the Academy, let Sister Francis Jerome walk through those doors right now. I shouldn't have tested him, because boy, did he answer. And she walked through the doors, and so I prayed so hard during Mass. After Mass, I approached her. I said, Sister, do you have an opening at the Academy? She goes, why? You're doing so well. I said, it's not what I want to do. I want to be with my children. And she goes, I do. I said, oh, you have an English teacher opening, because I taught English. And she goes, no, I want you to be my development director. I need someone like that. I said, I've never been a development director. She goes, yeah, but you've run companies. You're good. So I said, okay, sister, let me think about it. And sure enough, I did go to Academy, and I've been there ever since. And it was really a calling, and I will always be grateful that my prayers were answered. And yeah, I don't want to get emotional over this.
You can. But yeah, God taps us in ways that are just incredible, right? Sometimes we run away.
Yeah. Sometimes
we're hesitant. Like when I made my move from the Department of Education to the church, the Archdiocese, I didn't want to do it. I was like, oh man. It was like, I liken it to Peter when Christ was beckoning to join him out there in the stormy waters. And like, oh no, I can't. I just can't. But here I am at the church, and the sacrifices are offset by a lot of blessings, aren't they?
Oh,
Yes.
definitely. If it wasn't for the academy, it's amazing, because after I joined the academy a few years later, I was stricken with lupus. And to this day, I'm still around, still kicking, still working at the academy, and it's by the graces of God, and it's what keeps me going. I was already, diagnosed with stage 4, but I'm here today.
Man, gosh.
If I could just share too, I mean,
Sure.
Being at Bishop Baumgartner all those years, and then you see, I mean, my first, as a principal, the first 8th grade class that I had there, they would probably be in their like 33, 34 years old. And when I meet any of them, I mean, it's just seeing the successes that they have, if they have families and now their kids are at Catholic school. I mean, that's like, how you can't even put a price on knowing that you've had some impact.
Living, breathing testimonials and testaments to the belonging to something of Christ, in this case institutions that were founded by the Sisters of Mercy.